Hi, my name is Ann. I just turned 50 and Cherie has helped me through post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm a survivor of human trafficking. I met Cherie through the Coalition of Human Trafficking, and the coalition brought me to meet Cherie, thinking that she might be able to help me have memories regarding my trauma, getting out of it, to help the police, and to also help me heal as a person, inside and out. I was in my late 40s and I was pretty much kidnapped by a boyfriend who thought it would be fun to travel the states in his 18-wheeler. And I went along with him, and once I was in the truck, everything changed and he became a very sick individual and very sick man who did horrendous things to me and intends to do it to other people. I was locked in the truck for many months. I got out in January of last year, and I've been was surviving, barely living, until I met Cherie, who has helped me surpass a lot of my anxieties and issues regarding that situation. My first impression of Cherie was kind of hippie, but laid back, easygoing. You can talk to her easily. She doesn't mind if you need a cigarette or need a drink of water or something. Just once you get to talk to her for a minute, very personable. She's just so relaxed, you can just open up to her and not even realize you're opening up to her. Very warm, very, very warm. Cherie and another woman named Joy put together a retreat, and we went to Arkansas with, I think there was 7 of us women. And at first it was a little odd because none of us knew each other. But as evening started and we all just sat and relaxed, it was just very heartfelt and warm, and everybody was there for the same purpose. We all had a different story and we all had a different background. But when it came to it, we all had a tragedy that we all needed to heal. And it was such a serene setting and super cool activities that engaged you and your mind to make you not think bad about yourself, but be creative about yourself and what you can do to better yourself and to make yourself feel better on the inside as well as on the outside. It was a really, really beautiful experience. When I left the retreat, another girl was with me because I drove us. We were both we were on cloud 9 when we left there. I mean, invincible, unstoppable women. There was, don't mess with us right now, because let me tell you, we were on it. We just felt uplifted and such weight off of our shoulders that we had such a great time with her. Cherie's got this giraffe stick, and I'll never forget that stick as long as I live, because it gave you the positive memory that we all needed. Cloud 9 when we left that retreat. Cloud 9. I was on cloud 9, but the world around me was not on the same level as me. I go back to an apartment I was sharing with my daughter to have my whole world collapse around me. She moved out on me, took my grandson from me, left me ridden in this house with no bills paid, absolutely nothing. She had taken my vehicle. That's when it came crashing back to reality. Okay, I may have been on cloud 9 for then, but I had to come back home and face the day-to-day aspects of life again, which I ended up being homeless. My church I go to packed me up immediately and brought me to stay at Cherie's house, because if not, well, I did try, I took a bunch of pills, but God said, no, it's not your time. You need to go to Cherie's, and that's when I moved in with Cherie for a time being to get my life back. Staying with Cherie was a blessing, because if I had not done that, I would not be here today. I would not be in this situation. I would not be able to talk She had picked me up by my bootstraps, you know, made me refocus my priorities, my purpose, reminded me daily that this is not your life. This is, you know, this is just a minor setback. You've got this. You've got this. Breathe. And in that time, I had gotten a job. Cherie had helped me find an apartment to live in. We had actually gotten me a puppy, which that dog is my life now. Just small baby steps, but each step of the way was a good step and positive step that nobody could take away from me. Nobody could put me back down in those spots again, because she was right there with me, holding my hand the entire time. If I had a question 24/7, I could call her and she was right there. When I started Cherie's program, I was at the bottom of the barrel. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to see people, or as I called them, humans. I did not want any way, shape, or form anything to do with people, because everybody hurt you, everybody used you, everybody took advantage of you in one way, shape, or form. That's where I started. Today, I have won my disability case. I have my own place. I'm getting ready to step forward and help other people in the community by moving into a home to help other girls that are getting out of this situation. I'm drug-free now. I don't even take the post-traumatic stress disorder pills anymore because I don't feel that they are beneficial, and I am happier, I think, without them. I have a positive outlook every day. I mean, sure, I have some days I'm not, 100% peachy keen happy, but that's life. But I am inside a happier person, definitely. Yes, I was surprised when she kept going back to my childhood, because I thought I had a great childhood. But when I was around 7 or 8, I had my first unwanted sexual experience, and I had blocked it out and shut it out. And as we go through life, apparently it was the first trigger for me regarding a sexual experience, and it was not pleasant. And I don't know if that has escalated throughout my life with other men and situations, but it very well could have. Very well could have. My childhood memories, I have more of them that I obviously had been blocking. I remember more of my childhood fun times now. And they're not all bad memories, just that one was. So it helped to open doors that I had closed just because of that one memory. The process is kind of scary. We go in with a different topic each week to work on, a different tragedy or a different memory or a different nightmare I have. And it's scary because I know I'm going to go back to that place, but I also am not scared because I know the end result when I get done with it is I will feel so much better, because Cherie walks with me through each and every event we go through, from the beginning until we spin at the end and I see one pair of feet again at the very end of it. And at the end of it, I am in a better mood. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm starving to death every time I get done with it. I see a definite difference in my night sweats, my nightmares. I'm not up. I was sleeping maybe 2 to 3 hours a night, up every single hour. I'm not doing that anymore. I sleep almost throughout the night. Some nights not so much. I do still have issues that I am working with Cherie on. I have gained 20 pounds because I was very underweight, but now that I am calmer and a lot of my issues have been resolving, I can eat and gain weight and retain it. I feel so much better in the morning. I feel a lot better every single day. It's not an easy process for any person to do. Each individual is different, but if you accept the fact that you know something is wrong and you know you need help, this way of getting help for me was the least invasive way, without all the medications, without laying on a couch and really not getting a person to give you actual feedback that did you good for when you left that day, or for when you get up the next day and you don't have to see Cherie, you still have what she told you the day before to carry with you every single day. She gives you actual feedback that makes sense to remember, and it matters. It matters a lot. You are able to go back and physically, if you want, take a baseball bat and knock somebody right upside the head, and that's what I did. And I felt liberated after I did that one. And I took a golf club one time. I mean, you can do this, and when you step back, you can actually take control of the situation. It may not physically get you what you really want. I mean, I'm not going to see physical blood off this person, but yeah, it rescued me. I recently had rotator cuff surgery done on my arm because of what this person had done to me. And we went back with Cherie and I. Cherie took me back to when he did do this to my shoulder. And after my surgery, I feel so much better. A, about the surgery, B, about how it happened. C, that not only did the girl that got hurt, she's healing, but the girl who I am now is definitely healing from the surgery and just the release of the pain of when it actually happened. The memory is there. It's gonna be there. It's, you know, I lost a daughter. You're always gonna have a memory of pain. But the level of pain is so much more decreased now because it's over with. It is in the past. But she helps let it be in the past and let it just go to sleep now and not trigger and be in your mind 24/7. It happened. We worked it out. We went back to it. We relived it to the point where, not that I physically hurt, but where I knew the differential between right and wrong, to where when I came back, the memory I have now is there, but it's nowhere near as painful or as hard, and I don't have to break down and cry like now thinking of the memory, as when before, if I thought of that memory, I would just break down and just cry and get into a ball, and I do not do that anymore. And then it would be a 10. I would think of it, I would start crying. Now I can think of it, I don't cry. I'm calm. I'm not going to be ever okay with the memory, but it happened, it's okay, it's over. I drank. I mean, I would get a bottle, when I first got out of the situation, I was drinking easily a couple bottles of whiskey a day, just to live. It wasn't pretty, I mean, I understand that. And then I moved in with Cherie. I was still drinking pretty heavily beer. I don't even know how much I was still drinking, but I know I was still drinking. I was drinking whiskey still. But then I had to make a conscious choice. If I want to get better, I have to stop. And the only way to stop is if I make the choice. I made the choice. And in the last few weeks, I don't even know, maybe a month now, I don't even know. It's just been night and day difference. I have energy. I feel better about myself. I feel every single time I go to Cherie's, we're taking another step, another closure, another step forward to getting my happy life, because I'm going to be a happy life. Right there. That's how my healing is showing up in my life. That is called a smile. I have a better relationship with my family now. Not necessarily my daughter, still not talking to her, but I'm smiling more. I want to do more things. I want to give back now to those who have helped me immensely over the last year, which I'm going and planning to do as soon as possible. You know, I want Cherie, just praise God for Cherie, because I mean, I couldn't be this far in any way, shape, or form without her. I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. I would not have a smile on my face. Take courage. Take the first step. First, recognize you need help. Accept that there is help out there, good help that can help you. please make the phone calls, email, text. It'll change your life forever for the positive, for the positive. No regrets. No regrets.